What you're about to witness could destroy two of the most powerful empires in hip-hop history. 50 Cent has 140 hours of footage that could expose everything, and Jay-Z and Beyoncé know it. The question isn't if this will end careers, it's whose career ends first. Before we dive into the explosive evidence, ask yourself, how much did they really know about what Diddy was doing behind closed doors?
I mean, Jay-Z's on a whole nother level. Like, I mean, you know, he's like, but you know what I like about 50? 50's on a whole nother level, but he's still approachable. You still get to meet the people and you know, Jay got to remember the people that made him. You know, I'm not saying I don't got respect. I respect Jay-Z, 50, used to respect, you know, Diddy, but all that crazy. But, you know, I always respected him because I looked at, for New York, those were like the guys. You know what I'm saying? The guys with the most money and the most influence. So with Jay is like, when the last time you haven't seen Jay. So I think people are just going to say that. You know what I'm saying? But for me, I mean, Jay, you know, you got to remember, he didn't want 50 at the Super Bowl. That was crazy. I'm like,
wait, Jay didn't want 50 at the Super Bowl?
You know that? Yeah, he didn't want.
I remember Eminem pushed for it.
That was some haters. Yeah,
I remember Eminem was like, I'm not going to do it unless 50 does it. I heard that.
Yeah,
but I didn't know that Jay was trying to stop it.
I don't think Jay. I don't know. 50 never told me that, but I don't think Jay wanted him there. I don't know.
Because of what? Some of the.
I mean, you know, it's competition. You got to think. 50 always been competition for Jay. Remember, I'm about $1. What the 50 Cent?
That was a long time ago.
That was what 9. What was that? 9.
But after that, they did a song together. Remember the whole.
Of course, but 50 was always competition. Then remember Jay said, yo, 50's coming. He told Siegel and them and Memphis Bleak and all them.
Yeah.
And come on, 50's like, he's on a whole nother level. You got to remember, he came after Jay and Rockefeller. G-Unit came, and people might on G-Unit, but with Eminem, Dr. Dre, 50 Cent, nobody has outsold us, bro.
Yeah.
Nobody has had the effect that we.
Right now, Beyoncé is facing the biggest decision of her career. Stay silent and watch her legacy crumble alongside Jay-Z's. Or speak out and risk exposing decades of secrets. But here's what most people don't know. 50 Cent's documentary isn't just about Diddy anymore. It's evolved into something far more dangerous. Industry insiders are whispering that the footage he acquired, legally, by the way, shows Jay-Z and Beyoncé at events they've publicly denied attending. And if that footage goes public, the Carters' entire empire could collapse overnight. Watch what happens when 50 Cent recounts the exact moment Beyoncé physically confronted him.
Morgan said it. They're not here to defend themselves. Do you think the Carters will speak about any of this? About
Beyonce
what's going on?
is losing hundreds of thousands, millions of followers every day. And she still hasn't said anything. Just pretending like life is great in Paris.
Is it her place to say something?
I mean, probably not, considering she's going to be indicted for anything she would say. These are criminals. Diddy is a drug dealer, and so is Jay-Z. The proof is there. How many people does he have to be aware of before people see him for who he is?
It seems like these artists are trying to run away from their past. Diddy changed his name multiple times to say, that's not me. I'm trying to move beyond Diddy. I'm love now.
What kind of love? Baby oil love? Baby love? Explicit love? Hey!
Here's where the story takes a dark turn. Jay-Z's legal team thought they were prepared. They weren't. The footage 50 Cent obtained wasn't acquired through shady means or hacked servers. It was a straight-up business transaction. When Diddy refused to pay his own videographer after 140 hours of filming, that videographer turned to the highest bidder. And 50 Cent? He paid top dollar. Now Jay-Z is scrambling to file cease and desist orders, but legal experts say he doesn't have a case. Why? Because 50 Cent holds the receipts. Watch this content creator break down exactly what 50 has on tape and why Netflix couldn't air it all.
I know people in the industry, been around for a long time. was there when he first started dating Beyoncé at 17, 18, and he was 30-something. You didn't know his age. When I look back and see how old Jay-Z was, I think Jay-Z was born in like 69 or 67, something like a 67 right there, 69. I think he was born in 69. Beyonce, they say she was born in 81. You understand? But back then, in 81, when we was in the club together, 98, 99, she wasn't even supposed to be in the club, but she was in the club. It was Club Eugene's. And Jay was dating her. And at that time, if you look at Jay's age, he was about 30 years old. So, isn't she still somewhat a child? To me, she is. But I guess they protect child. That's how you protect a child, dating her at the age of 30-some years old, and she's 17, 18 years old. If that's her true age. We really don't know her true age because Gabrielle Union said she went to junior high school with her, and Gabrielle Union is considered 6-7 years older than Beyonce age that she getting. So we really don't know.
Let's talk about why 50 Cent is the perfect person to bring this story to light. For over 2 decades, Jay-Z has allegedly tried to bury 50's career, not through competition, but through gatekeeping. The Super Bowl snub? That was just the tip of the iceberg. According to multiple industry veterans, Jay-Z has blocked 50 from major opportunities, award shows, and collaborations. But here's the irony. Every time Jay-Z tried to sideline 50, it only made him more successful. 50 built an empire outside the traditional system, and that's exactly why he can't be controlled. Now watch this industry insider reveal the one moment that exposed Jay-Z's true intentions toward 50 Cent.
Has been warning us about Jay-Z. Jay-Z has now had an official lawsuit. It's everywhere. It's now being talked about louder than ever. I guess, does that give you some peace to know that people are finally really questioning this man?
It's emboldening me. I spoke on Piers Morgan. I said that I had 3 victims that I've been working with, victims of the Carters, that were ready to come forward. This might help them feel a little more confident now. So this is great because he's been evading. But the thing is, everyone in the backdrop knew that he was the celebrity John Doe. Everybody knew that. They knew it when I did Piers Morgan.
Is Beyonce celebrity B?
I hope to God not. But she was around.
Mm.
And she's very... she's got enough on her plate. After everything that happened with the election and everything that's happening right now, I'm not going to dump on that woman. She got better fish to fry.
Well,
what I will say is that her husband, she knows exactly who he is.
Yeah.
She knows. She knows.
Now we need to address the elephant in the room. The allegations that Jay-Z attended Diddy's infamous freak-off parties. Multiple sources claim Beyoncé not only knew what was happening, but was present at some of these events. Now, before you dismiss this as gossip, understand this. These aren't random internet trolls making accusations. These are industry veterans, people who were in the room, going on record, and their stories are disturbingly consistent. Jaguar Wright, a former industry insider, has been warning the public about Jay-Z for years. Most ignored her. But now, people are starting to listen. Watch her explain why Beyoncé's silence right now speaks louder than any statement ever could.
Kind of funny to me, man, is that Diddy used to hate Jay-Z. He hated Jay-Z enough when he was trying to get Ja Rule to go at Jay-Z. This is back in the early 2000s.
Did Diddy always say negative things about Jay around you?
The time he was trying to get Ja Rule to go at Jay, yeah, he was. They worked it out.
Was there a reason behind it?
I couldn't tell you the reason behind it. It was just It's probably because Big had died. I don't know what it was, man. I don't know why he wanted Ja Rule to go at Jay. I guess if he kept them beefing or kept them into some bullshit, he could rise up in between both of them. You know what I mean? It definitely was.
What I'm about to share is uncomfortable, but it's necessary. Multiple industry figures, including Gene Deal, Diddy's former bodyguard, have stated that Jay-Z began pursuing Beyoncé when she was just 17 or 18 years old. Jay-Z? He was in his 30s. Now, legally, that might have been acceptable. But morally? That power dynamic raises serious questions. Gene Deal was there in the clubs back in the late 90s. He saw it firsthand. And here's what makes this even more disturbing. According to Deal, Beyoncé wasn't even supposed to be in those adult venues, but Jay-Z made sure she was there. Critics argue this wasn't romance. It was positioning, grooming a young artist to become the perfect partner who would never question, never challenge, never leave. Listen to Gene Deal explain what he witnessed.
Because I know you heard the statement that, Jay lawyer came out with about how he wasn't really friends with Diddy. From your point of view, was they really friends or no?
How close was Diddy and Jay-Z? They was close enough that they wasn't playing basketball. They wasn't playing baseball. They wasn't playing football. And they wasn't playing hockey or soccer for Diddy to come on stage, pat him on his ass, and then make the statement to people in the world that can't nobody call me Sean but Jay-Z. Now, I don't know what kind of statement, and I can't say, I wish I could say half a homo, but I know I can't say it, but I don't know what kind of half a homo that is. And you trying to say that you're not close to somebody. You coming on stage, patting them on their ass, and then you making a broad statement to the public, can't nobody call me Sean but Sean Carter. And I heard Jay-Z said the same thing about them. But they were so close that they had matching white girls together. Because when they used to see each other, they used to say, yo, how your skinny white girl doing? He'd be like, yo, how your skinny white girl doing? So I guess that's a certain type of close.
If the Beyoncé allegations made you uncomfortable, this next part might be even harder to hear. Jaguar Wright, who's been fearless in exposing industry corruption, claims she's been working with 3 alleged victims of the Carters. And one of those names? Rihanna. Now, the details haven't been fully disclosed yet, and they may never be depending on legal proceedings. But Wright's track record speaks for itself. She's been right about multiple high-profile cases that the mainstream media initially dismissed. And here's what's terrifying for Jay-Z and Beyoncé. If one victim comes forward publicly, it could create a domino effect. Others might feel empowered to share their stories. The Carters know this. That's why their lawyers are working overtime right now. Watch Jaguar Wright explain why this lawsuit might be the one that finally brings accountability.
Come with Jay, the part with Jay. I go, oh shoot, like
to us,
that had to be there.
We getting tighter, you know what I'm saying? And united we stand, and ain't nothing else.
Black excellence, they're sitting there like, yeah. It's the billionaire brunch. Like,
I hate you, man.
Unaware of anything going on here. This is the one time I'm going to be with you this year. Yeah. Come on, bro. Look, when Jay signed his contract, the big one was with Beyonce. Mm-hmm. When he signed that contract, the marriage contract, he got trophies. Now those Wondering what you're
Those
talking
fucking
about.
trophies came rolling in, buddy. He started getting Grammys left and right, man. I mean, look, listen, if you look at his career,
They're gonna let him say that.
Jay was getting Grammys.
He had one.
Exactly. He had one.
He
ain't show up.
He had like 20 now.
Hold on.
He had like 18 since he been down. Look, he had one, bro. Hard Knock Life.
Hold on. You're not wrong.
He was one. At the same time. He got them shits. He's like drinking. His pictures with him like things the cup.
Wait a minute. So you're saying the success is derived from the marriage?
I've absolutely been treated differently.
The accolades, because he's no longer viewed as what, like a street or gangster rapper. Now he's viewed as a businessman, entrepreneur, family man.
And the biggest ones because of the position Beyonce's.
Oh.
Here's something most people don't understand about Jay-Z. He learned from Diddy's mistakes. Diddy was everywhere. Loud, flashy, unavoidable. And look where that got him. Federal charges, public humiliation, career destroyed. Jay-Z watched all of this and chose the opposite strategy. He moved in boardrooms, not nightclubs. He aligned himself with billionaires who could protect him if things went wrong. He controlled access to himself so strictly that even getting a meeting with Jay-Z became a status symbol. Gene Deal, who saw both men operate up close, explains the crucial difference between them. Diddy wanted to be seen as powerful. Jay-Z wanted to be powerful without being visible. And for decades, it worked perfectly. Until now. Watch Gene break down the exact strategy Jay-Z used to stay protected.
Diddy really screwed over Mark Agnifilo. I gotta say, this is awful that Diddy owes his life to Mark Agnifilo, literally his life, because he could have gotten life in prison were it not for Mark Agnifilo, his defense lawyer, who had a brilliant strategy. And Diddy screwed him over when he hired this videographer to chronicle his life without telling Mark Agnifilo that when Diddy and Mark were on the phone, this videographer was recording what Mark clearly expected to be an attorney-client privileged relationship. Now, it is true that the client holds that privilege. The lawyer doesn't. But Mark's clear expectation was that this was a private conversation. These were private conversations. And that he and Diddy could talk openly. And Mark could talk to Diddy not just as a client, but as a person, and tried to guide him in a time leading up to his arrest. And unbeknownst to Mark Agnifilo, Diddy has got this guy recording the conversation as he's sitting there saying, "You are screwing this up. You are messing up this case. We're losing." And knowing that that's on tape. And it's almost like he's performing for the camera and not telling Mark what's going on.
Now Jay-Z's lawyers are making a desperate claim. Jay-Z barely knew Diddy. They were just business acquaintances. But Gene Deal, Diddy's former bodyguard, just destroyed that narrative in seconds. According to Deal, Jay-Z and Diddy had matching skinny white girls they'd joke about. They didn't play sports together. Yet Diddy patted Jay-Z's backside on stage and publicly declared, "Only Jay-Z can call me Sean." Guys, that's not business associate behavior. That's deep friendship. Maybe more. And now Jay-Z is trying to rewrite history because he knows Diddy's sinking ship could pull him down too. The cover-up is often worse than the crime. Watch Gene Deal expose the lie that Jay-Z's legal team is desperately trying to sell.
It's your boss. Yo, man, yo, how 50 get? Blah, blah, blah. Yo, Puff, take this out doing that. Let me explain something to y'all. All right? Whether it's NDAs, whether it's whatever. When these young boys come in, first of all, he only deal with young videographers because he want to rob them, and he know that they want the opportunity to follow Puff Daddy, P. Diddy. They want that opportunity. So they get him at a low price anyway. But When you stay out so many hours a day, Puff wants a videographer with him 24 hours a day on call. Whether we on a yacht, whether we on a ship, wherever we at, he wants to videotape that, right? So now, they come to agreement. They come to whatever the pay is going to be. But then it be so many hours on that invoice that he don't want to pay. He gets in touch with the office. He gets in touch with the chief of staff. Yo, what is this I'm paying? What is this I'm paying? You know what you paying. You was outside all of these hours. It's 160 something hours in a week. You was outside 140. That's the invoice he put in. So now, being if you got a contract and he don't stand to that contract, guess what happens? He could do whatever he want to do with that footage. So now that footage goes to the highest bidder. And 50 had to be the highest bidder to get there. Yo, this is business. You know what I'm saying? Everybody ain't in love with you. Everybody ain't dedicated. Everybody ain't loyal to the point of stupidity.
Let's talk about how 50 Cent got his hands on this explosive footage, because this is where the story gets brilliant. Diddy hired a videographer to document his life 24/7, thinking he was going to beat the case and release a triumphant Netflix documentary. Classic narcissist move. But then Diddy did what Diddy always does. He refused to pay the videographer. The invoice showed 140 plus hours of work. Diddy tried to negotiate it down, dispute the charges, delay payment. So the videographer did what any contractor would do. He sold the footage to the highest bidder. 50 Cent bought it legally, with contracts, receipts, and lawyers involved. Now Jay-Z is trying to claim the footage was obtained illegally. But legal experts are laughing at that argument. Watch this entertainment reporter explain how Diddy's own greed became his downfall.
Beyoncé and Jay-Z have a toxic relationship. He preyed on her when she was just 18 years old. Fans accuse him of grooming her and then later on controlling her every move. At the same time, it's been revealed that he's a cheater and he cannot be
Right now, Beyoncé is in an impossible position. For years, she stayed silent when Jay-Z cheated. She stayed silent when allegations of grooming surfaced. She stayed silent when the Rihanna rumors circulated. And each time, that silence protected her brand. But this time, silence might destroy everything she's built. Because 50 Cent's documentary isn't just going after Jay-Z, it's documenting everyone who enabled Diddy's behavior. And multiple sources claim Beyoncé and Jay-Z were in that inner circle. They knew. They saw. They said nothing. If that footage proves they were complicit, Beyoncé's entire Queen Bey persona collapses. So what does she do? Divorce Jay-Z and try to save her own legacy? Or stay and go down with the ship? There's no good option here. And the clock is ticking.
It's just odd to see him in that, getting looked at in that way by white people, like Jay does, yeah, like I hope that shit didn't happen, but I'm like, damn, they turned the world real, like people on a certain level have been fucking with him a certain way where he couldn't do no wrong for like 25 years straight. This is the first time he's not getting a pass with white media. Like he can control black media because a lot of them either work or do business with him, but drink champs can't get him out of this one. And neither can Charlemagne. Because, those are the guys that hold him down no matter what he does anyway. So he got to get to People Magazine and Entertainment Tonight right now because they on his head. But the question is why? Like, why now? Because for me, I'd be like, yo, that's so ridiculous. Yo, take that to trial. You're not going to win. Let's get a deposition or something. So I don't know why they get on his head so much, pause. But I never seen him, under this, I never seen him in this position to have to explain himself. Pause.
How you feel about the statement he came out with?
I mean, I didn't hear him say anything. I heard a piece of, like I said, for me, I'm doing an interview, so I talk. I thought it was long. For a statement, I thought it was long, pause. But, I think right now, his silence is the worst thing for him. If he is innocent, he needs to let people ask him questions, and he needs to be able to say his side of the story, as opposed to letting that lawyer talk. Because that lawyer, I don't trust that lawyer because I went to.
Here's something that genuinely shocks me. People are mad at 50 Cent for exposing predatory behavior. Think about that for a second. 50 Cent uncovers 140 hours of footage showing alleged crimes, pays for it legally, and works with law enforcement to bring justice. And people are calling him the villain? Gene Deal said it best. People would rather attack the messenger than hold the powerful accountable. And you know why people are defending Jay-Z? It's not loyalty. It's fear. Jay-Z controls black media through Ring Champs, through Rock Nation, through business deals with Charlemagne and others. Those platforms will never question him seriously. But white mainstream media? For the first time in 25 years, they're not giving Jay-Z a pass. And that terrifies his defenders. Watch this analyst explain why Jay-Z's silence right now is the worst strategy. If he's actually innocent,
came across in that secret little Diddy footage that he paid from the videographer that Diddy didn't pay, they are saying 50 has footage that will not only add more time to Diddy's sentence, but Diddy might not ever come out. Listen up, check this out. Now y'all know that footage that where Diddy is behind the scenes talking to his lawyer and all of this stuff, and people are like, damn, what was Diddy recording it? Well, Diddy was recording it because he thought he was about to beat the case. So he wanted to do a Netflix documentary. Didn't pay the guy, and then 50 got all 140 hours of footage of secret Diddy tactics. Well, there's a guy named Neil who was mentioned in the court, works right up under Diddy, was organizing everything. Allegedly, they are saying that he is on video, film, tampering with witnesses, giving out addresses, offering money, bribing, we'll pay for your lawyers, all kind of shit that could be counted as witness tampering, obstruction of justice. And 50, of all people, has his hands on this footage. And I'm hearing that this could implicate Diddy's lawyers in some bullshit. They could be charged. This is getting wild. And I'm hearing that this 50 Cent documentary is just the tip of the iceberg, and I like it.
What's crazy is this man in this video footage of 50 Cent's post starts talking about a specific name, a man named Neil. And this man goes on talking about how he heard that 50 Cent has this extra footage, but it's footage that could possibly lead to Diddy getting more charges, like witness tampering, obstruction of justice, and more. And what's crazy about the name Neil that he brings up in this is the fact that the other day, Diddy's former chef Jordan, who is somebody that was a witness during this trial, who was about to testify against Diddy before the prosecution took back some of their witnesses who were testifying, literally claimed that Neil Dominique, a former assistant of Diddy, is the one that told Diddy that she was subpoenaed to the grand jury at the very start of all of this. She wrote this whole big post to Neil Dominique and tagged him in it and said, I just want to put this out there because I've been debating how I wanted to handle the situation. Now, I don't know you from a can of paint, but I'm really wondering why you decided to tell Sean Combs that I was contacted by the feds. I saw that you wrote him a good character letter too. Come to find out, you were actually providing Puff with information on a whole bunch of people throughout the case. So my thing is, why were you so comfortable putting me in danger? Why were you so comfortable putting other people in danger? You provided addresses to him. Were you like a double agent working for the feds and Puff? This is actually crazy because she alleged that Neil Dominique was approached by the feds as well in this investigation into Diddy because he was a former assistant.
And just when you think this story couldn't get more insane, it does. Remember that footage 50 Cent purchased? It doesn't just show Diddy partying or making questionable decisions. According to multiple sources, it shows witness tampering, A man named Neil Dominique, Diddy's former assistant, is allegedly captured on video giving out witness addresses, offering bribes, and coordinating obstruction of justice. If this is true, and remember, the feds have this footage too, Diddy could be charged with additional crimes that carry decades in prison. And here's the kicker. Neil allegedly kept Jay-Z informed throughout this whole process. That means Jay-Z might not just be a witness. He could be an accessory. Watch this content creator break down exactly what Neil Dominique did and why it could bring down multiple people, not just Diddy.
He did, man. Yeah, he got everybody going, man. He's getting a lot of backlash, man. Like, people are like mad at 50 for getting behind this thing.
Well, see, the thing about it is that people are out there rabbit ass mind. And they gonna sit up here and they gonna say some stuff like, yo, they try to make it up like, it's because of a girl, it's because of a woman. A man that can have any woman in the damn world, you understand, go any parts of the world, find beautiful women all over the world, that's willing to do whatever he wants to. I'ma be mad because this dude got this one. Nah, it's bigger and it's more than that. They don't want to say it. A lot of these cats out here don't want to tell the truth behind.
So here's where we are. 50 Cent has the footage. The feds have the footage. Jay-Z's lawyers are in panic mode, filing cease and desists that won't hold up in court. Beyoncé is reportedly deciding whether to leave Jay-Z or leave the industry entirely. And Diddy? He's in a cell, realizing that his own narcissism and cheapness led to his downfall. But here's the real question I want you to think about. If 50 Cent releases a part 2 focusing on Jay-Z and Beyoncé, who else gets exposed? Because people don't operate in isolation. There are enablers, co-conspirators, witnesses, and victims we haven't heard from yet. This isn't the end of the story. It's only the beginning. So I need you to do 3 things. 1. Drop a comment below telling me, do you think Beyoncé should leave Jay-Z? 2. Hit that subscribe button, because when part 2 drops, you need to be here for that breakdown. And 3. Share this video with someone who still thinks Jay-Z and Beyoncé are untouchable. Because power without accountability is just tyranny. And that era, it's ending. Right now.